Hey, it's Bobby. I'm doing this to try to answer some of the questions that y'all had about the mock client so you can work on your psychosocial further. And so I am going to take on the role again of being the alcoholic client. And the questions are really good. I don't have them right in front of me, but I think I have them in memory. So one of the questions was, how's my relationship with my husband? My relationship with my husband right now is strained. He is pretty upset with me for all the times I've told him that I was going to quit drinking and I didn't. And so I think he doesn't really trust the fact that I'm going to quit it this time, even though I say I will. He is not sleeping in the room with me, and we're talking, but he's not really being very affectionate. I think he's just really tired of what I've been doing. My relationship with my daughters is good. Well, that's not true. They're really worried about me as well. I think that they are relieved that I'm going to quit drinking. I think that they're also concerned about how long it's going to last for, because I've said this before. But they're really clear about the idea that if I quit drinking, I can spend time with my grandkids, which means a lot to me. They also agreed to spend time in, spend time in treatment with me if that's what I need. So I think that that's really important. I was asking questions about medical conditions. I have high blood pressure and I have restless leg syndrome, and I take medication for both. Otherwise, I'm pretty healthy, except for my liver enzymes. My doctor says that if I stay sober for any period of time, though, that my liver enzymes are going to get better. I eat healthy. My favorite food is pizza or anything Italian. I love pasta. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I eat very few sweets. I eat chicken. I eat fish. I eat only a little bit of red meat. I'm pretty healthy. I mean, I'm a healthy weight. I think the doctor, except for me, my drinking, my liver enzymes, I think it's not, I think I'm in pretty good shape. Question about my previous treatment. So one of the problems I always had in the past is that I wanted to find a way to continue drinking, and I'd go see therapists, and they would tell me that I would have to quit in order to be able to stay with what they were going to suggest in treatment. And so we kind of always had like a difference of opinion. I am aware that this time, if I'm going to do this, I can't socially drink. I always thought that I could learn how to socially drink. Like if I could just learn how to be able to have one or two, then I'd be fine. And sometimes I'd go out and I would have one or two, and it was great. And then other times I'd go out to have one or two and I'd have five. And so I think that I'm getting to understand the fact that I can't know how to drink socially. That if I'm going to do this, I have to do it with no drinking at all. And that makes me sad. It also makes me scared because I've been drinking for so long. I'm not sure who I am without alcohol in my system, but I'm willing to find out. In terms of friendships, I have a lot of friends. My friends tend to really like me. They don't really like my drinking. They actually have been mentioning for a while that they were concerned about my drinking. They wanted me to stop. They have tried to shut me off during times I go out with them, or times that we'd have like house parties, and I would get a bit irritable with them, and they didn't really like that. So that was one of the problems that came up when it came to my friends. But I do have some friends I think that will be supportive of me. The hard part will be that they also drink, and so I have to figure out how I'm going to work that, because I don't really know that I want to hang around with people who are drinking. I have done AA in the past, and I didn't like it because I think all those sober people annoyed me. I think it was hard for me because there were so many people there who were really committed to what they were doing. They'd go to meetings every day. They'd read every day. They'd get a sponsor. I wasn't willing to do any of those things. And so I am knowing that I have to give that a shot again. I really would like to have some spirituality in my life. I get really jealous of these people who really do believe in something that's greater than themselves, even if it's not God. They just have this belief that there's something that can help them turn their life around. And I have really struggled with that. I was raised Catholic, and I still go to Catholic church, although I have a troubled Catholic. I pick and choose what I want to believe in. But I've always wanted to have a stronger sense of relationship with God, and so I think that that's part of what has always been needed for me. I think I've always had a hole in my heart because I've always felt alone. And I think that that's one of my biggest problems. Even when I'm with people, I feel alone. I never feel like I really connect. I never really feel like people understand me. I never really feel like I can tell people who I really am and that they're going to approve of me. And that's hard. my parents are both deceased. My mom's emotional abuse continued all the way to the end of her life. My dad quit drinking, but he was, they both died just from old age. I think my father died from a heart condition, and my mom died from just really kind of old age. My daughters are really wonderful. They have really been through a lot with me. I think that it's really hard for me to acknowledge how much I've done to them as a result of my drinking, and when they try to talk to me about it, I won't listen because I don't want to hear it. I'm so guilty about what I've done that I can't imagine how we're ever going to have a conversation. And I know that, like, you know, going to therapy means we're going to do family therapy, and I know that they're willing to come. I don't know how I can handle what's going to happen with them. Same thing with my husband, kind of, but more importantly with my girls. So I've been in treatment, didn't like treatment because they wanted me to quit drinking, because they wanted me to like AA, and I didn't want to like AA. I've never really, it's been a long time since I've tried, it's been since like in my 30s, so I'm 64, so that's a lot of years. I've gotten older. I don't know that I've necessarily gotten wiser. I do know that I've gotten more tired, and I don't want to go on feeling this way anymore. I don't want to feel like I don't have any meaning to my life. And I think that that's what drinking did for me, is it kind of numbed me from that feeling, and I don't want to have that experience. I don't want that to be, you know, I'm going to the final years of my life. I don't want that to be my final experience. And I think that's about all the questions you asked me. I'm heterosexual. I've never been in a female-to-female relationship. The highest I went to school was I did some college. I dropped out. I kind of flunked out too. My drinking really took off when I went away to college, and I was working in a bar, and I would oftentimes drink excessively, not go to classes. I really stopped caring about my schoolwork. I hung out with a lot of kids who drank. I hung out with a lot of people who didn't necessarily go to college, so we just partied together a lot. So I didn't really ever finish college. I guess that's one of my regrets. When I do hold jobs, I'm a serious worker. I always am somebody who will give it, my boss, a lot of, you know, I work really hard, except I found that even harder lately because I just don't feel well, so it's hard to be able to put my best effort out when I'm not feeling great. And I guess that's it. If you have any more questions, you could always put them on the discussion posting. Thank you.